Issue 25 has a pretty generic cover. What I find interesting though is that it doesn't use its main selling point as the cover art, and instead just has a little text up here that says, "Are two villains better than one? Joker and Penguin get together in this issue. Shouldn't you advertise that more?" Anyway, sadly, this first story with the Joker and the Penguin is pretty boring, and even worse than a lot of Joker and Penguin solo stories.
"I'll teach you manners, you babbling buffoon. Why, you waddling windbag, take this!"
Like, that's the most fun interaction in the whole comic. And from the list found in the hideout, the police made short work of rounding up the rest of the gangs, which means that Gotham ought to be quiet for a while.
Not too quiet, I hope.
This is the second time that they've implied that Batman and Robin would be bored if there weren't any criminals in Gotham. I wonder what the first story is going to be that's going to explore the, dynamic of, like, does Batman create his own villains because he's also insane? I'm betting on, like, maybe late 70s or something. Anyway, I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10 just because the villain crossover or like villain team up essential superhero trope, I guess. And I feel like there's very few examples probably that are earlier than this one. So I think this is a pretty historical issue in that sense.